Hi, everybody. There's been rumors that Chipotle is going out of business. You might be thinking to yourself, what the fuck? Remember when Chipotle CEO said he wasn't going to raise prices? And then the government was like, hey, there's aliens. And then the Chipotle CEO raised prices? Remember when Chipotle first came out, you could buy a burrito for $8 as big as your face, and you had to split it with a friend? Do you remember Friends? The people, not the show. The people that love you for your insides. Because it's what's on the inside that counts. What's on your insides? How could Chipotle be going out of business? That's what I was thinking. You're expensive. You're busy. The crypto bros love eating you out, which I don't think they really do a lot of. I have cryptocurrency too. The good kind. No, not Bitcoin. No, not Ethereum. That one. Oh, and also that one. And not to get political, but that one too. Not the other one though, because I just couldn't get it. Chipotle, when I go, I usually get the soup. That's a bowl with all the wet ingredients and no dry. I don't want beans. Get the beans away from me, I always say please and thank you, because those Chipotle workers don't have any, and that is not me trying to be inappropriate towards them, because I'm sure they had souls when they first started, but they have since dried up, kind of like their steak. Remember how the steak used to be red and juicy on the inside, and now it's gray and brown and dried out? Hey Chipotle, stop trying to come up with new ideas for honey Chipotle chicken steak this and that. It's a bunch of nonsense. Maybe just do what you've been doing. But I don't want to pay $20 a person. Why does Chipotle cost $20 for one bowl and one lemonade? You may be disagreeing, but I add guac and queso. Okay, so it is $20. I do want to give some love to some Chipotle workers, because every time I go to Chipotle, it seems like my price is different. And it's because sometimes the Chipotle worker has my back and sometimes they don't. Sometimes I think they charge me for a carnitas bowl, and sometimes they charge me for a carnitas bowl with guac. And sometimes they charge me for a carnitas bowl with guac and queso. And I hate those. They're just doing their job. And I know life can be really hard, especially during these troubling times when Chipotle is very expensive. And I still eat there 3 times a week because I don't want to have to think about what I'm eating. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my podcast. This is episode something. How are you doing? It's been a while since my last podcast episode, so let's go over a couple things. I met a crypto bro on my flight from the Midwest to the West Coast. I was flying direct from Indianapolis, Indiana to Los Angeles, California. And I was in the aisle, and this guy comes onto the plane and sits to my right, and he's wearing a nose strip, and I wear those too, mostly because they make me look like a rugged rugby player, but also at night to help me breathe. He was wearing one on the plane. He was wearing a clear one, which if I was to psychoanalyze him, which is a natural response that sometimes we can't even help that we do, I would say that he wanted to feel cool, but didn't actually have a strip on. So he wanted it to somewhat be invisible. It seems like some people want to be bold, but are also too scared to be. What do we do with that? We go back into your brain and we burn out that tragic memory that you have that scarred you of when you were dancing in middle school and somebody made fun of you. Get rid of it. Create more new neural pathways. It's not serving you. Get rid of it. And he was talking to me about my business because he was watching self-help business bro Alex Hormozi. Hormozi? I don't know, but he's got big biceps, so I follow him. And I knew that he was a fan of his because he had his nose strip on. And I was correct, because I'm very discerning. Sometimes I feel like Sherlock Holmes. He was asking me about my business, and I thought maybe we could become friends, because we were both talking about how hard it is to make friends. And then I learned some upsetting news. His final destination was not Los Angeles, California. It was Phoenix, Arizona. Please do not kill yourself and continue listening. No, it doesn't have a happy ending, but thank God I don't live in Phoenix, Arizona. His girlfriend was sitting behind him. Impulsive adventurer? Or bad planner? Space is good. As of right now, I'm single. But if I wasn't, I would want to hold your hand while we are on the flight together, especially if there's turbulence. Because when there's turbulence, I think I'm gonna die. He wasn't an LA crypto bro. He lived in Phoenix, Arizona. Why? Why did you waste my time talking to me? We're not gonna become friends. You wanna be long distance friends? Just starting out? It's gonna take a lot of work. Are you up for putting that into this new friendship? When we deplaned, I said hi to his girlfriend and said, he and I have been talking. And she was like, I heard. Okay, passive aggressive. You wanna stay in touch? He said, I have your Instagram. If I want to message you, I'll message you. He hasn't messaged me. And you know what? I'm glad. Because you live in Phoenix, Arizona. I live in Los Angeles, California. No, I do not think I'm better than you. I know that you're flying from Indianapolis, Indiana to Phoenix, Arizona, not sitting together with a stop in Los Angeles. Why didn't you get out and stay in LA? Before you think I'm being mean, he lives in Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah, I am done with toxic breadcrumbing situationships. I am now on to healthy talking stages. I am currently in a very healthy talking stage that I'm very excited about. We've already gone on 2 dates, but the rest is none of your fucking business. Privacy. I'm gonna be okay, even though my butt is not where I want it to be. What's going on with the economy right now? Why is everything so expensive and nobody has any money? And what's going on with food prices? What's going on? Are there any smart people that can fix this? Do we have any ideas? I have an idea. Why don't we use all our smart people and our creative people and our hardworking people, and we grow food in our country and we make things in our country? Aliens, are they real? Yes. I want to be positive. So, talking about the economy, what are some meals that you can make to help you get through this time? One is, I would take vitamins. I have these green superfood gummy vitamins that I take because sometimes 3 days will go by and I'll be like, I haven't eaten a single vegetable. Another idea is to drink water. It's not free, but it's close. I've been doing a lot of Chipotle at home. I have a $12 rice cooker that I use all the time, and I make black beans. It's very easy. Rice, black beans, cheese, avocado. I like to buy arborio rice because it's the mushiest, gooeyest, glutinous-y, moist rice that you can get. One time I was talking to somebody and I was like, you should get arborio rice. And he said, it's like a couple dollars more than the regular white rice, and I didn't buy it. And I cut him out of my life. You want to put rice and then the black beans and the sauce goes over it, and then shredded cheese and then avocado. And I'm going to tell you how to make this. And this is one of my new ADHD hyperfixation meals that makes me feel full and I don't feel like I'm missing meat, and it's fairly affordable, I guess. I use arborio rice. Then to make the black beans, I take a flat pot. You might call that a frying pan or a wok, but I want the sides to go up a little bit more, like this. Put a whole stick of butter in it. I'm gonna tell you how to make this the tasty way, and then I can tell you how to make it the healthy way. Chop up an entire sweet onion and caramelize the shit out of it. I'm talking 30 minutes minimum on low heat, simmering. And then add a bunch of chopped up garlic. You could use onion powder and garlic powder if you're a piece of shit, but I'm half Italian, so no. And then I put fish sauce and pink Himalayan salt, and I cook that. And then I dump 2 cans of black beans with the juice. I don't drain it. Let all that shit get in there. And then I add a bunch of brown sugar and chili powder and smoked paprika, and then I simmer the shit out of it. And then the cheese that I like to use is shredded Monterey Jack cheese. I get the block and I shred it myself, because if you buy it pre-shredded, they put starch all over it and it's dried out, it's not moist. It's gross. I don't want powder on my cheese. And then take avocados, slice them up, squeeze fresh lime juice over it, and salt. Grind it, and then eat it. Rice, beans, cheese, avocado. The heat from the beans will melt the cheese, and the cheese will create a barrier between the cool avocado. That's actually not cool. It's actually room temperature. I like to eat this meal like 3 times a week. I also like to eat frozen chicken nuggets from Trader Joe's. And while I am not gluten-free, the gluten-free chicken nuggets actually taste better than the regular ones. And that's the only time that anything gluten-free has ever tasted better than the original. What else is new in my life? I bought a king bed. I bought a couch. I bought a TV. And my apartment actually looks like a real apartment now, which is crazy, because that's when I met my healthy talking stage. but I did it for me. I've been sleeping on a foam pad on the floor for 3 years. Not a mattress on the floor. A foam mattress pad topper. Like that thick. Now I have a wood, pine, king-size bed frame. I'm single and 5'9". Could I have gotten a full? Fuck you. Could I have gotten a queen? No. I love my king bed. I'm planning for the life that I want, not the life that I have. I have so many pillows, too. And I have a TV. And I got a couch. My place looks like an apartment now. Now I can bring dates over, and my place doesn't look like a place where people do crack. Are you single? Me too. Here's a thought. Why is everybody doing meth? What's going on? You don't like weed? I don't do meth. I didn't write any topics down for today's episode, so I guess that's the end. Thank you.